Alright, so if you guys are watching this video, then I'm sure you guys have the exact same question as me. SMG, how can you AFK farm this brand new event so then that's where, you could go ahead and max it out? Well, hey, don't worry, I'm going to be telling you guys some AFK methods where you can AFK farm pollinated fruits or even just AFK farm on this machine over here. It's not going to matter, I'm going to be giving you guys methods for absolutely everything. So yeah, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you do end up finding this video helpful, and without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so first things first, what exactly are you going to be needing in order to do these methods? Well, you are going to be needing a full inventory of pollinated fruits. And what I mean by that is, you guys know how there's the pollinated mutation? Well, yeah, you're going to be needing a full inventory of exactly those items. Now, the best fruit to grind pollinated fruits is going to be, in my opinion, the best one is coconuts. And the reason for that is because coconut seeds, they come on shop relatively often. It's not too often, but it's not as crazy as, for example, the beanstalk seed. So yeah, for those reasons, highly recommend you get yourself coconuts, especially since I'm pretty sure the coconuts are relatively above 10 kilograms, like even the small ones. For example, if I pick this one up over here, wait, hold on a minute, I need to sell something. Alright, so let's try that again. If I just quickly pick one, let's say this one over here, yeah, as you guys can see, it is 35 kilograms. I mean, this is a larger one, I guess you could say. It's not like what you would actually get. However, if you pick some up from over here, for example, if I just go ahead and showcase this one over here, yeah, even a relatively small one is still going to be 18 kilograms, meaning that when you get a pollinated mutation on it, it is going to be over the 10 kilogram requirement that you need to go ahead and make yourself honey. And oh yeah, by the way, just before we move on to, the actual AFK method, I do want to mention, you are probably going to be needing some extra items to go ahead and help you get like full inventories of pollinated stuff really quickly. For example, the bee over here, it is like one of the most guaranteed pets that you're going to be able to get. In case you guys don't already know, every 24 minutes is going to go ahead and pollinate a plant. Now, the reason that the bee is going to be helpful is because you are not going to be needing to wait every single hour for, the bee swarm event to happen. So yeah, that basically means that if you were to, let's say, get rid of all of your fruits and then, keep some coconuts only, then pretty much every single time a bee swarm happens or, your bee pets go active, then you're going to be getting a guaranteed coconut with a pollination mutation, and then from there, you'll be able to get a full inventory really fast. And oh yeah, by the way, I want to point out something. If you are somehow really lucky, I mean, you don't necessarily need a bee. I mean, there are better alternatives. For example, I'm pretty sure the honeybee basically does the exact same thing as the bee, but obviously much more often. Then as well, there's even the queen bee over here, which once again, it does the exact same thing as the bee. However, it has a chance for its cooldown to get completely negated, meaning that you could technically just have a queen bee or a honey bee or a petal bee or whatever. Just as long as you have a pet which can make pollinated plants, it doesn't matter whether it's the most common thing or the most rare thing. Also, one thing I want to point out is that the baby gives the honey glazing mutation, not pollination. But anyways, that's enough of all of that. So let's move on to the actual AFK method. So what you're going to want to do is you want to quickly press the garden button over here and don't move a muscle. Then from there, you do want to go ahead and download Tiny Task. Now, why do you need Tiny Task? Well, it is going to be a macro. Now, in order to set up this macro, what you want to do is you want to get the preferences done, right? For example, continuous playbacks. I mean, obviously you want the actions to be repeated over and over, so you're going to want to set that to on. Then from there, you're going to want to go ahead and note down what your recording and playback hotkey is going to be. Then from there, once you're done with all of that, what you want to do is you want to look, for example, I prefer to look up because it's much easier. And then as well, move your mouse to the top left of the screen. Then from there, once you're all ready to start the recording, press your recording hotkey. In this case, this is going to be F8 for me. And then from there, start the movements. Move down, move left, and you want to go ahead and move yourself all the way to the shop thingy over here. And then from there, what you want to do is you want to open up your inventory, click the search bar, search up pollinated, or you could even have it automatically search beforehand. Doesn't really make a difference. Obviously, make sure they're not hearted like me. And yeah, then from there, what you want to do is you just want to drag it into one of the hotbars. I mean, you could just do number 2, for example. Equip it, press E, And then, yeah, that is going to be the recording relatively done. Keep in mind, by the way, if you're using coconuts, then you probably only need to donate one thing. However, if you're using something smaller, like for example, maybe strawberries or something, then yeah, you are probably gonna have to, you know, select multiple things and, you know, keep on pressing E and E and E. You get the idea. But yeah, just a few more things I want to mention about this AFK method. Number one, make sure that you don't end it too early. Like what I mean by that is when you go ahead and fill up the 10 kilogram requirement, there is going to be a 3-minute time of, you know, the fruits being converted into honey. Well, yeah, make sure you don't move. Make sure you're not moving. Don't move. I know I already said it 3 times, but listen, just make sure that you AFK until, you know, the 3 minutes are up, then press E again to collect, and then from there, I mean, since you could technically do it as well, and then once you go ahead and collect it, you could technically go ahead and immediately walk on over to the queen bee, press E of course, then press I want to trade honey, and then from there, go ahead, you can spam by the flowered seed packs, or maybe, I don't know, spam by the bee eggs. It's completely up to you. And yeah, you guys kind of get the idea. Basically, you could, you know, immediately max out all of the stocks, and then from there, what you want to do is press garden and then stop the recording. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's literally that simple. Now, once again, there are a few things that I do want to mention. Number one, make sure that you don't AFK for too long, because obviously your inventory is eventually, you know, going to run out. So yeah, do make sure that you are constantly, actually no, not constantly. Make sure you check up every few hours or so. Just make sure, you know, that you're not like just, you know, wasting time and like not actually crafting honey. And yeah, apart from that though, I don't think there's really any other things to mention, because once again, coconuts are relatively always guaranteed to be above 10 kilograms. So literally you should be chilling. Then from there, since you are going ahead and, you know, always spawning in the exact same area, looking at always the exact same angle, you are always guaranteed to go ahead, make yourself honey, and as well always guaranteed to clear out the whole stock inside of the queen bee. Now actually, one last thing that I do want to mention, in case you guys don't care about clearing out the queen bee stock and you only just want to get the most amount of honey as possible, well, you could technically do the exact same method. Instead, this time all you want to do is just AFK in front of, you know, the honey compressor, and then from there just set up the macro, you know, go ahead, start the recording, and then press E, obviously. Sorry, actually, I did make a little bit of a mistake. Make sure you press E when you go ahead and, you know, select, let's pretend this is, you know, a pollinated plant. Yeah, you go ahead, select it, and then all you have to do is just keep on spamming E. So press this, and then, you know, when the recording starts, you open up the inventory, drag another coconut or whatever to the second slot, select it, press E, and then you just repeat that process over and over until eventually you're either out of inventory space or you're rich in honey. Whichever one comes first. But yeah, apart from that though, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much wraps up this method. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, I think I'm gonna continue probably AFK honey grinding, because literally, I'm trying to make more videos on this game, and to do that, I need, you know, more bee eggs, more, I guess, high fruit seeds. You get the idea. So let me get back to grinding. I'll see you all in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your day, and peace out.